Where should I begin? Knowledge will help you grow. Knowledge will help you grow. You're quite studious. How splendid.
Thank you, again. I must be off. Huh?
Oh, Freet! What brings you here? We don't have a meeting scheduled, do we?
Just need to do a bit of research. The guy who just left, wasn't that...
Oh, that's Godot Villefort, from Vandergand. You know him?
No, just odd seeing a soldier in a place like this.
He was looking through some old newspapers for an article written 10 years ago.
What did he want with that?
No clue. So what brings you here?
Need to do some research on Valkyria.
Don't know if we have anything on them.
Even folktales would help. I'll be browsing the stacks for a bit.
This isn't a library, you know.
Yeah, but you've got a much bigger selection.
Well, maybe if you wanted unlimited access, you shouldn't have quit.
Freelancing suits me.
Just put back whatever you take out.
A fire?
At an orphanage in Molda, back when Ruse held control of the region. That's where Amlin and the others grew up. Problem is, there's no public record of the incident.
Huh?
I did find a small report on the fire from a local newspaper, however. According to the article, the orphanage was run by a mother and daughter plus a few others. Almost everyone died. Burned alive.
Huh?
Only 5 children survived. One of whom, I believe, is the captain.
That does indeed corroborate the professor's statement.
The children were playing outside, and when they returned to the orphanage, they found it burned to the ground. By their accounts, it was an act of arson. Unfortunately, that's all there is on the matter.
But why?
It's worth noting, however, that Claudius and his 4 vassals came to Jutland around the same time. One of the places they visited included the Valkyria ruins at Molda, near the orphanage.
Let me guess.
I remember. I'll never forget what you Rux did to us.
'Twas the Grand Generals.
Once Ruse annexed Molda, local records were lost. The trail ends there. Even the Royal Archives contain no mention of the incident. It's like the orphanage never existed in the first place. I did learn the 5 surviving children were adopted by foster families, but I haven't found their names yet.
Have you mentioned this to Amlet?
I tried to speak with him about it, but he was evasive.
Is that so?
One last thing. The soldier. The augmented one.
Did you learn anything?
He is almost certainly Prince Laertes.
So he is alive.
This is a true story.
How you doing?
What's up?
Hey, Captain.
How are you?
Yo! What do you want? How about this? How about this? How about this? Pretty good, yeah? See ya.
Welcome. Come again. What's up? Come on in. Come on in. Come back anytime.
Nice work.
than Gronk hair.
Need something?
What's the matter? Well done. Wonderful. Up details are as follows. That is all. Up detail. That is all. Dismissed. Up details are... That is all. Dismiss. Up details are as follows. That is all. Dismissed.
Yo.
Let's do this! Let's end this! You ready? Watch this! Out of my way! This'll do it!
Huh?
Let me see. Pretty good, yeah? Hell yeah!
Let's end this! It's damaged!
Mana surge.
It's damaged! This'll do it.
All right. How about this?
Very good.
I'm with you. Let's end this. I'm with you. This'll do it. This'll do it. That won't work. Keep your guard up. Keep your guard up. It's damaged. Leave it to me. That won't work.
sorry.
It's damaged. The day is ours. The day is ours. Drown! Out of my way!
Well done.
As expected.
How was it?
The sensitivity is excellent, and its resonance with the specimen is proving to be equally perfect.
But it's far from the maximized output we predicted.
Bingo. If an alchemist could draw out all that juice, I bet it'd blow the crap out of a light tank in just one hit.
Is something diverting its primary power source?
Or are the current synchronization levels insufficient? Huh.
Oh, hey. Thanks for the help, Am. We're gonna crank up the heat on this monotech, so come by later to check it out.
Then allow me to continue.
If I recall, both Jutland and Ruse held national funerals around the same time, after the Battle of Avaloon. More accurately, they were memorial services, but Ophelia spoke of them as funerals to mourn those who fell in battle.
Historically, the fact that both sides claimed it was their victory was given much attention. Claudius declared that Balthus, who lost his life at the war's onset, had died honorably at the Battle of Avaloon.
So he did manipulate the information. I thought it was odd when you said that Balthus died at the beginning of the war. Public records indicate that he was killed in action during the battle at Avaloon.
The Emperor capitalized on his death and claimed that Balthus greatly contributed in establishing the current Ruse.
Comrades, weep not for Balthus Greppenberg. Be proud. When the Jutes invaded our colony like a pack of rabid dogs, it was the Grand General who minimized our losses. We may have lost Avaloon, but the damage dealt to those slavering curs was thanks to our dearly departed Balthus. In the face of invasion, we call this a victory.
His aim was to incite the people's hatred toward Jutland. Moreover, he commended Balthus's efforts against the enemy. By emphasizing that, he described Jutland's attack on Avaloon as an invasion.
So it was during this time that the Ruse's side of the argument started using the word invasion.
It's the same as how Jutland highlighted liberation. Speaking of... The national funeral was held at Ophelia's suggestion. The fact they obtained victory in the past 3 operations. Her thoughts for the soldiers who gave their lives for the cause. She conveyed all in her requiem. Freet the traitor continued his column, directing the people's anger to the Empire, especially with the Valkyria. He wrote that its appearance signified the Empire felt threatened, and it increased the morale of the country.
I now understand that the Battle of Avaloon held great meaning to both Jutland and the Empire. But from your account, Professor, there's something that didn't appear in any of the history books. The pendant that the Valkyria had. Why did it upset Amlet? And why were the traitors so surprised to hear of it?
It seems there are references to Valkyria throughout Europa's history.
How do you mean?
Records suggest that behind every king, lord, and noble house that's left their mark, there's been a Valkyria. Countless leaders have tried to unite Europa through force. All of them blessed by a Valkyria.
Blessed?
That's how some books describe it. Others use the word contract. Honestly, the legends are rather vague. Some say they eat human flesh. Others say you offer your life to them.
No way! We're the ones who are gonna take the Emperor's life.
Well, they're called legends for a reason. I need to do more research. Hopefully I'll find something that explains why the Valkyria had Miss Maria's pendant.
Yo, Am.
Am?
Just tell me how to kill it.
In the past, Amlet the traitor tried to assassinate Claudius for the sake of the pendant's owner. For the sake of rescuing their teacher, Maria Schmeichel, he came close enough to swing his blade upon the Emperor.
Claudius.
Death itself. A much more fitting epithet for you, Valkyria.
This is a Valkyria?
The attempted assassination of the Emperor. That incident cemented a single thought among the traitors. To achieve their goal, they must overcome a powerful enemy of Valkyria. Ever since they swore to save Maria and avenge their family at the orphanage, each and every one of the traitors dedicated themselves in their respective fields. Amlet as a soldier, Solomon as Freet at the time still worked at a newspaper company. Basil created his foothold in the business world. Violet worked in espionage and began touring foreign countries as a secret agent. All of their actions were for the day they would have their revenge. All the things they learned and experienced would someday help realize their dreams. That's what they believed. Before long, the Valkyria appeared with the Imperial Army and was said to be the country's symbol of progress. Afterward, Jutland was blocked economically by the 4 major powers of the world, initiated by the Ruzi Empire.
The country gradually went bankrupt. Food was plentiful thanks to fertile lands, but Jutland depended on imports for fuel and resources. Once fuel became scarce, it began to affect agriculture. The government used rations to stabilize the life of the people, but even that had its limitations. The situation steadily grew worse each passing day. Rural areas were hit first in an outcry of hunger and poverty.
Around the same time, arguments pressing for war with the Empire grew due to the influence of the traitors. The anti-Valkyria squad was formed as part of that.
Amlet, who had a high compatibility with Ragnite, was selected as a member and was appointed its commander.
Years after the failed assassination, the traitors would meet on occasion to discuss their plans for revenge. When they assumed the battle with the Valkyria, it was evident it would be difficult with only 5 people.
That's the reason for the war? Just for revenge? The anti-Valkyria squad was created for that purpose?
They were conflicted about it as well.
I'm sure you realize it, everyone. No matter which of our fields we look from, this country is at its limits.
Not a day goes by the paper doesn't interview someone about how harsh it is. We don't even report on the half of it.
Money isn't circulating like it used to either.
Intelligence is analyzing what brought this situation about, but it seems the 4 major powers are involved somehow. They haven't determined a main objective yet, or why it happened, though.
More and more people are applying to join the army. It's one thing guaranteed to provide a regular meal.
So we have the manpower to fight.
I wouldn't call them battle-ready, though.
We must capitalize on this situation. I've been saying it all this time. Bring the country into this, start a war. There are no other means to take our revenge.
Putting aside how absurd that idea is, I don't think there's any way to morally justify starting a war.
You've been turning it down with that, but don't you feel anything about this country's wretched state? This economic blockade is unjust. If Jutland itself doesn't raise its voice, nothing will change.
I'm with Saul on this.
You really want to do this?
What other option do we have?
Well, we can work together like before.
Only reason that almost worked was because the Emperor actually left the capital. But he hasn't since. So what do you suggest? We just keep waiting and hoping? I'm done waiting. It's time to take our revenge. And free Jutland from economic oppression while we do.
Indeed. This, too, is for the country.
So you have no problem with sending countless innocents to their deaths? Wars cost lives. A lot of them.
The Emperor kidnapped our teacher and took the lives of our friends.
And you think that warrants the kind of damage war will do?
Loss of life is all the same. Whether it's our friends back at the orphanage or our countrymen in this war.
It isn't only us, Fried. The Emperor has invaded other countries and made them into colonies. How much blood do you think has been spilled? By slaying that tyrant, lives can be saved.
I don't know what's the best choice anymore.
Do you intend to continue waiting for the Emperor to come out? Do you intend to continue living with revenge in your heart? That's the same as being dead.
Part of us already died in that fire.
War sounds good to me, but so does the old wait and see.
Jeez. You're so neutral, Baz.
Fried, Violet, I'll say it once more. This is also for the country. Its recovery and our goals follow the same path.
Well, that may be true, but...
Violet, you're kind. However, if you've chosen to walk the path of vengeance, I'd like you to cast aside that emotion.
I can still hear their screams. Miss Maria, our friends.
Did you guys forget already?
What?
The coin, huh? I forgot that we had that.
Things were simpler back at the orphanage, weren't they? Any tough choice came down to the flip of a coin. Come on, has Lady Luck ever let us down?
I don't think so.
That's 'cause fortune favors the bold. Start a war, or wait and see.
Count me in.
Same here.
Me too.
Basil, flip it.
Heads, it's wartime. Tails, we wait.
Agreed.
All right.
Here goes nothing. Heads.
Wait, Professor, you're saying they flipped a coin to decide whether or not they should start a war? That's terrible no matter how you look at it. It's no wonder they were convicted. It's already bad enough they did it for revenge.
Please, don't misunderstand them. It gets hidden behind the intensity of the word revenge. But it is true they looked at Jutland's poverty and believed they must take a stand.
Yes, Jutland's state then can't compare to the prosperity it sees now. But this news is bewildering regardless. It's so hard to comprehend. How do I process all this? Tell me, Professor. What did they do afterward? How did they confront the Valkyria?
Knowledge will help you grow. You're quite studious. How splendid.
How'd it go?
He had some kind of monster.
Monster?
It wore a black cloak, had a scythe. Like the Grim Reaper.
Had to be the Valkyria.
So the Emperor really does have one at his side.
I've heard rumors that Ruse's rise to power is because of their alliance with the Valkyria. The soldiers who survived their invasions all report seeing the same thing, a Reaper. Didn't think the Emperor would have it with him.
It's quiet.
Good point. Not even any warning sirens.
Perfect preparations, and we get impeded by a myth?
Then allow me to continue.
How do we stop it?
Huh?
The Reaper.
Can't you defeat it? You did make it retreat.
Sure, we got some shots in, got it to back down. But I don't think we could actually beat it.
I trust Amlet's instincts, as both an alchemist and as a soldier. So, what you're saying is we lack the decisive firepower to finish things.
It's gotta have some sort of weakness.
Hey, Em, got any tips or tricks? You're the one who met it.
Notice any similarities between the two encounters? Anything in the conditions, or the way it shook out?
The conditions? Now that I think about it, the sun was rising when it fled from both encounters.
It left at dawn? Both times?
Yeah. As soon as the sun came out, it ran off, despite having the advantage.
Daybreak.
Maybe.
Yeah, the sun.
Something about it scares the Valkyria off.
Now that you mention it, the times that a Valkyrie has been seen on the battlefield have always been at night.
Then our approach is simple. We avoid night battles.
Yeah.
Don't stop the presses just yet.
I don't think this information needs to leave this room.
The army needs to know. If they can steer clear of the Valkyria, they can avoid a lot of unnecessary casualties.
I'll report it in then. You won't be brought under suspicion that way. They'd question the source of the intel and whatnot.
Right.
Oh, yeah, speaking of reporting in, the identity of that augmented soldier Am asked me to look into, that really was the Prince of Ipsaria.
Is that intel from your usual piece of man candy?
Oh, which man are you referring to? I'm rather popular, you know. My web at the Officers Club is expanding.
Damn, what happened to our innocent little Vi?
Carry on.
Jeez, no need to be so grim. He's apparently working as the Emperor's instrument of destruction, as a human experiment for augmentation. He's being deployed to various battlefields as a secret weapon.
That sounds dreadful.
Doesn't it? Hey, think we can pull the Prince in as an ally? He must be close to the Emperor if he's a Grand General.
Maybe it's all an act and he's waiting for a chance to avenge that whole regicidal killing spree business.
No. We need the Prince to disappear.
Why?
I want to keep it so the Prince was murdered by the Empire. Ipsaria started to function with the interim government. In order to have the Ipsarians follow Jutland, we focused on the fact that both of our countries were oppressed by the Rusi Empire, that we have a mutual enemy. The thought that their royal family has been massacred is a driving force for the people of Ipsaria.
He's right. I wrote a column saying as much. I just want to point out suppressing this is a very Solomon thing to do.
Loose lips sink ships, you know.
Indeed. If they discover their prince is alive, Ipsaria will be swayed to his side. Jutland would lose its jurisdiction. Listen, Amlet. Find him on the battlefield and strike him down. It's nothing out of the ordinary. Even more so since he's calling himself a Grand General. He's only an enemy to us. Amlet?
Sure. No problem.
Also, there's one other thing. It's regarding 2nd Lieutenant Villefort. I heard from Freet. In a time where people have difficulty in simply surviving, I'm astounded to find such a meddlesome person.
Is it safe to leave him be?
Should we take care of him?
You're not serious, are you?
I don't think that's wise.
No shit. But we better be prepared to deal with the big guy.
Godot's under my charge. Leave it to me.
Captain, care to spar?
Sure.
Let's do this! Let's end this! That won't work! That won't work!
Still looking into my past?
No.
That won't work!
I've learned what I wanted to know.
And did you tell Ophelia?
Of course. That is, I told her about your past. As how that plays into the present, well... I've chosen to keep my speculations to myself.
I swear on my sword!
For now.
Leave it to me!
You'll regret this!
Leave it to me!
That all
Leave it to me!
That all you got? That all you got?
Enemies of Jutland! I'll give it my all!
That all...
What matters most right now is maintaining the squad's sense of unity. I will do all I can to make sure the squad works cohesively come mission time. That is why I urge you to avoid conducting yourself in a suspicious manner, Captain.
I hear you.
As for the rest of you, this isn't a show.
Crap.
Perhaps a week of latrine duty is a fitting punishment?
I defer to your judgment, Lieutenant.
Well then, we should likewise head back to base.
Hey, Captain.
Yo! What do you want? See ya.
What's the matter? We've got a new assignment. Seems that way. We have the advantage. We have the advantage. Op details are as follows. That is all. Dismissed.
Let's do this!
Achoo! There is no other way.
Let's end this! Who's next?
I can't do this!
Here comes
Let's
the
retreat!
next. Need more training. Achoo!
Don't let it get to you!
Who's next?
Oh, like in the name of Jutland! This'll be easy! I can't run away now.
Commander down!
Oh, lightning! Shine with glory! Rest in peace.
Who's next? Get ready! Take this!
I can't do this!
All right.
Shatter!
Commander!
Let's retreat!
They've got backup.
Get lost! Who's next? That all you got?
can't run away now.
In the name of Jutland!
Not so fast! Surprise, dipshits.
Mana Surge.